Hello everybody, welcome to the news video. My name is Scarface King. We're talking about Jumputi, we're talking about the Black Clover Feature Festival, which I alluded to in my predictions video earlier this week. It took me maybe a couple of hours longer than I thought it would to make the video. That didn't really matter because I knew the news was going to be dropping the following morning, so it dropped about, I don't know, 4 hours, maybe less after I posted that video, maybe 5, I don't know. And well, here it is, Black Clover Feature Festival. Now, what did I get right? What did I get wrong? Quite a few things. This event's kind of just a mishmash. I thought they were kind of going to go in the direction of it being themed around a specific arc. They're just kind of throwing things in there. So, there is the image. A very nice image, I must say, showing off a lot of what's going to be going on in this event. And those astute viewers will notice that that is indeed a new Asta, which I don't believe I put in either of my predictions. I don't think I said a new Asta at all. I totally could have seen a new Asta coming, but I didn't necessarily see it for this event. I saw it for another event in the future, but hey, whatever. So, don't forget, the link's going to be in the description for this post. All the information is going to be there, but I'll just quickly go through it in video form for the people that can't be bothered. So, log in every day. You get tickets and you get rubies, and I mean that's probably it, but there might be some other rewards in there. But the tickets, you can see the gacha below. The tickets can be used on this gacha. It's going to be kind of similar to pretty much every other event where you get a ticket, you still have a 5% chance to get a 5-star. That 5%, if you do get a 5-star, will be a Black Clover character, but of course that's probably going to include some of the older ones. I say older, there's only two. There's Asta and Noel. It's going to include them, but you'll have a chance at the new ones as well. No limited, so no Asta, but it's pretty cool, and they're doing some cool things with this ticket, which I'll talk about later. Special missions. This is weird because they're not actually missions, but there's like a thing where we have to earn points, and there's different points for each stage of the event. So one runs from the 6th to the 9th, 9th to the 11th, 11th to the 13th, and then the 13th to the 16th, which is the end of the event. This is only a 10-day event. So I'm going to put this video up tonight. The event's going to start the next day, and then 10 days later, it looks like we're just going straight into Christmas. So pretty cool. With these events, you collect the points, and then the points can be traded. I don't know if it's traded in the store or they unlock missions, but the basic thing is you're going to get, I think, copies of whichever of the events is running at that time. So I think one of them gives you copies of Real, one of them gives you copies of Licht, and I think one might give you copies of Kirsch. And then this last one is the special one, and it's going to give special tickets and all that stuff. We don't have all the information on this one yet because I do believe it's starting after next week's data download. So we don't know much about the tickets. We just know you collect points and there's going to be rewards. And it appears to be some kind of affiliation thing where you're going to join, say for example, the Black Bulls. And then if the Black Bulls perform well, you perform well. Or maybe you join, is it Golden Dawn or whatever? Like, I don't know. We don't know yet. But that's what it seems to be. The daily mission. They do this every event. You get stamina for clearing. I'm happy it's 50 and not like 20 or 30, which it has been in the past. 50. All you got to do is collect a certain amount of the points that are active on whichever period of the event is on up here. The Hot Spring Training Camp. Now, I'm kind of annoyed I didn't put this in the video, but the thing was, I kind of thought if you're going to put Maria Leona in the event, this stage should be here. But in my head, I was like, well, that doesn't really fit in with either of the feature festivals that I had in my head. So I just didn't include it. And they did, because their idea for the feature festival was, a mashup. And, whatever. This event is in every single, this stage rather, or something like it, is in every event. You clear it daily, you get books, you get jump souls. It's just to help those younger accounts that don't have all the goodies. You're going to need this stuff if you're pulling new units. There's so many characters in this game now, so you're going to need it. We have this event, Charmy in Love, which is not a Transcendent class event, but kind of is. I don't know. But you can get Charmy. That sprite is class. That sprite is class. Seemingly, it's just like a slightly tweaked Transcendent class event. I predicted she'd be like some kind of beginner class or something like that. But hey, it's just, she's going to be a free 6-star unit, but don't forget she does have a special evolver item, which is some kind of cake, but it's called Sweet. Remember to finish it during the event, because we don't know when it will come back. So if you don't finish her, you might not have the opportunity to awaken or evolve her, get to max luck, whatever. You might not have the opportunity to do that for a very long time. So get involved in this event and get it done. This would be my first priority. Get this event done. We have Rill being added. I had speculated that he could have been a Catastrophe stage to counter a limit, to be countered by a limited Uno. He's a Transcendent class event instead, which I think actually does kind of suit him a bit better. We have had in the files a buff slash ability slash thing called Paint that appears to manipulate the bubbles around certain bubbles and transform them, and like we don't know all the information about it because I mean they haven't like explained it to us or anything, and it hasn't been implemented. But there's little snippets that seem to suggest it will be coming soon. And well, what better character to have it than someone who uses Paint magic? Will he be the first person to use this ability? I don't know. Nothing's been announced officially. We will know on the 9th, which is when his event starts. But he's just going to be another unit that I probably get to 99 and don't really care about that much. But if he's one of your favourites, then great. Now, Licht was another one. I think I put him as a Catastrophe for one of the stages to be countered by a limited Yami or something like that. Or I don't know. But Licht is coming as a Transcendent class event, which I think to anybody that reads Black Clover saw this as a bit of a surprise. He's kind of a lower priority event. Now, Licht is probably going to get a version 2 at some point, and they've kind of done this before where they release a unit fully intending to release a V2 later. So it's kind of like, it doesn't really matter. Like, he's not going to be... If he's one of your favourites, you can use him as a 99 lead. I don't know what his abilities are going to be, but he'll probably be usable. But it's very odd. It's a very odd choice, I would say, for a Transcendent. And he is obviously countered by Yami, which is what I suggested, but not a limited, not a Catastrophe. I don't know. We have the actual Catastrophe, which is Kirsch Vermilion. A very weird choice, but I think what they're going for here is A, they wanted to give Astra a limited. Fair enough. They needed a character for him to counter. I guess Kirsch is a good choice if we're talking mostly about the Royal Knights exam, whatever the hell it's called, arc. So I guess in that sense, I get it. The Catastrophe stage is going to have a special twist to it. They've invented a new stage-specific debuff. If you haven't played many stage-specific debuffs before, or stages with those, you've got Kai and Shiba, reduces your maximum HP. You've got, I think it was who was it that had was it Shishio Makoto that had like damage per turn or something like that? It was one of those. And this stage basically is going to be very similar to Kai and Shiba, I assume, because it says lowers your max HP. So you're gonna have to clear the Catastrophe stage quickly if you want to get that costume. I don't know how possible that's going to be, but hopefully it'll be doable without Asta. His primary debuff seems to be Buddy Skill Seal, which a lot of people do not like, because with most of these debuffs, you can bring people in support that can help you get rid of them. If you have attack down on you, you can get rid of it. If you have, you know, bind or whatever, you can get rid of it. If your buddies are sealed, you can't do shit. You just gotta wait. Unless you have a character that already resists it, or you get lucky and a character that removes it happens to not be sealed. But we don't know the ins and outs of this stage entirely, so we'll see. We'll see. This event, they were very unclear about this event. They didn't give us much information, but we have an event with Charmy and Noelle on it. It seems to be a story event, so it's probably not going to be that deep. It's probably just going to be go in there, and there's a bunch of characters talking, and then you'll come out and you'll get a reward, which seems to be this cake, and this cake seems to be giving you EXP, maybe skill levels as well. So yeah, that's cool, I guess. The important note is it mentions Christmas. It mentions Christmas, and this event is the last 3 days of the whole feature festival, and that's going to be rolling us into Christmas. So I think it's important that mentions Christmas, because I think that is going to be part of rolling us straight into the Christmas event. So we'll see. I think it's just going to be a clear it once and forget about it sort of thing. We have the gacha. I'll spoil it for you right now. I'm going to be doing summons, and it's going to be on side A. I'm going to get myself my guaranteed Mereoleona, and then I'm done. And then I'm done. We're not touching the other gacha, just for the simple reason that, yes, I like Yami. Yes, I like Yuno. And yes, I like Luck. But we're very close to Christmas, we're very close to New Year. It's going to be costing a lot of rubies, and if I can get Mereoleona for 4,250, I'm just going to do that, and that's it. I don't really want to get involved with... There's so many gacha, but these sprites are mostly awesome. I think Yami's looks a bit odd. I think Yuno's looks a bit odd. I think all the rest are fantastic. And I'll be happy to add her to my team. She's what we call a mini version of Asta. When we say a mini version, we mean when you have a limited come out, there is normally a certain gimmick in a Catastrophe stage that they are made to counter, and there will be a character put in the standard gacha that is the equivalent. They will be the same type, and they will do one thing the same that counters that Catastrophe stage. Not all the things the same, but at least one thing the same that counters that Catastrophe stage. That she might be, if you don't have the rubies for Asta, but you really care about getting that costume for Kirsch, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people like that, but she would be a fine choice. Now, I actually, I assumed this was the case, but for some reason when I originally made the post, I didn't put this in here. Asta and Noelle are featured on these banners. Don't go in thinking you're guaranteed a new unit on the 3rd, 4th multi. You're not. You're guaranteed a new unit on the 5th multi. You're guaranteed to get whoever the super rate up is for that banner. But Asta and Noelle are featured, so I'm not looking forward. I'm not looking forward to seeing who I get, because I know, as lovely as it would be to, 3rd multi, get myself a nice Luck, 4th multi, get myself a nice Yami, and then finish it off with Mereoleona. It's going to be 1st multi, nothing. 2nd multi, nothing. 3rd multi, do pasta. 4th multi, do pasta. And then 5th multi, finally, satisfaction. The other gacha, you can see coming below. These are staggered. They do overlap, I think, by 1 or 2 days. But they are staggered throughout the event. Check the link if you don't see the dates as I'm scrolling through, because all the dates are in there. And you can still get all these units early before their super feature comes out. On these gacha, Side A has all 4 of them, but like, if you want a character, like I know there's gonna be people out there that just want only pull on this banner. Go 4,250, get guaranteed. Don't do this thing that a lot of people do where it's like, oh, there's 4 sides, I'll do 4 500s and then get nothing. Or maybe you will get lucky and get something, but you're taking a chance. You don't need to take 4,250. You guaranteed to get yourself a copy of here. And you might get yourself some other nice stuff on the way up there. And if you're new to the game and you don't have Astra and you don't have Noelle, 3rd multi, guaranteed new unit. So very nice. As you can see as we scroll down, there's Yami. Can you see what I mean? His sprite looks a bit weird. I don't know what it is. He looks very good in motion. His special animation looks very good. They showed it on Twitter. So preview that in game if you want to get an idea. Well, can you preview it in game if you don't? Preview it on Twitter. Preview it on Twitter before you purchase, because I do think he's got a very nice special animation. And then Luck, who has a very nice sprite, and I'd very much like to pull him, but I can't do it. I can't do it. If you go in every event and you go for all, eventually you got no rubies, and then when something you really, really, really want comes along, you just can't afford it. So I'm sorry, but if I happen to pull him, great. If not, well, that's how it is, isn't it? That's how it is. Now here is the big boy. Although he actually looks kind of small, but that's just because his sprite is so wide. Because he's got the wings and he's got the sword. We have Black Aster. He's straight up just called Black Aster with no space in game. So we're just calling him Black Aster instead of putting, you know, we normally do the in square brackets. Instead of just putting Black and then Aster, which seemed a bit weird. I'm just calling him Black Aster. He is going to be super effective against Kirsch, obviously. So is Mereoleona. And to be honest, all these units counter something, I believe, for once. But like, sort of. Like, Luck counters Charmy, but you're not going to need a counter for Charmy. Yami counters Licht, but you're probably not going to need a counter for Licht. Counters Real, but obviously you're probably not going to need a counter. Mereoleona, you might need a counter for Kirsch. You might not care about him as a unit, in which case fair enough. But you might need a counter because Buddy Skill Seal is a pain. But obviously you know how the situation is with limited. Guaranteed on the 9th multi. First single discounted. First, second, third multi is all you really want to do if you're not going to 9. If you're not going to 9, please do not go past 3 because you are taking a massive risk. I say this every time. I feel like it needs to be said again because, oh, I got a pop-up, but luckily it didn't come up on screen. Very nice. On the third multi, guaranteed 5-star unit, you might get lucky. And at that point, you've only spent 2,250 rubies. It's not great, but it's not bad. And you've got a guaranteed 5-star unit. And then you've got like 29 other units that could be a 5-star, with a 5% chance to be a 5-star. So, hey, hey, you know, it's just please don't be that guy that goes to 7 multis and can't afford to go to 9, and they're just stuck there. Because I really will feel for you, but at the same time I won't, because I did warn you. But yeah, he's gonna be, like, as far as limiteds go, I don't think he's like god tier. He's going to be pretty good in certain situations. His gimmick is he does high damage plus additional damage to balanced class enemies. I don't necessarily see that as like a game breaker or a game changer, but he definitely has his uses. So hey, and I think at lower HP he gets higher attack, so that's good. And his support is kind of nice. It was what is it there again? Oh yeah, he absorbs skill bubbles, and obviously when you absorb a skill bubble, that activates it. But also for every skill bubble absorbed, there's additional attack up on top of attack up he was already doing, which is like 40-something% at max level. So he has a nice support. He undoubtedly has a nice support. But like I said, I don't think he's really a game breaker. I don't think he's really a game changer. And I will say, I think for New Year or for Christmas, we're going to be getting a big boy. We are going to be getting a big boy. I don't know what it will be. I still have my theories about, like for example, for 10 million downloads, I think we're going to get Sakuragi. They've put off including Slam Dunk in the game for so long. I think for 10 million, we'll get Sakuragi. We might get like a new version of Suna because he's the 10th Vongola. I said that with Vongola. I can't say it right. Anyway, and I think we'll get a lot of characters related maybe to the number 10. I feel like that could be a thing. And maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. We're not at 10 yet. We've just finished 7. And I don't know. I think if you're not into Black Clover, I don't think Aster's that amazing. So you want to skip, I think it's understandable. If you can't beat Kirsch, I wouldn't pull for Asta so you can beat him. I just wouldn't bother. I have a feeling some big stuff is coming, so just hold on. Just hold on yet. Worst case, right? This goes right up until the 16th. At least wait until we know what is coming in the next event. The big gacha might not be announced at first, and it might come later, and it might even be in Christmas. It might be in New Year. In fact, New Year's probably going to be more likely. But please wait. Just wait a little bit longer and just see. But if you are a Black Clover fan, I know I'm not going to be able to stop you. You're definitely going to want to go for this Asta because he looks sick. His abilities, not so much, but his sprite looks sick. We have these sales, trying something new, and I like to think this was inspired by the release of Jump Tyson. They're trying some new sales, They've been doing the same sales over and over again for fucking months on end. They're trying a new sale. It's daily, and technically, if you bought every day, it would work out 10 days, so that's 1,000 rubies for 2,500 yen. If you do the exchange in your head, that actually works out more expensive by a little bit, by like a couple of hundred yen, maybe not even that much, than the 72-hour sale packs. But you would have also got 10 Black Clover tickets. So 10 chances with a 5% chance to get a Black Clover 5-star gacha character. So whether you think that's worth it or not, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. And we have this ticket pack. As always, I think this ticket pack is pretty good. But do not buy it if you are intending to pull on the gacha, or if you have already pulled on the gacha and you have one of these characters, because you're inviting bad luck into your home. You're inviting bad luck into your home. If you pull Yami and you buy this pack afterwards, you've got a 1 in 4 chance of pulling Yami. But if you do, you will be gutted. You will be gutted, and I just don't think it's worth it. So if you're going into this event and you're thinking, I was going to buy a few rubies anyway, and I wouldn't mind getting one of these characters, and I don't mind which one, but I don't really want to pull on those gacha, this is the pack for you. This is the pack for you. In every other situation, probably not, but it is a fantastic pack in that situation. And I think if an event ever came along for a series I'm not that hot on, but like the sprites look okay or the units look pretty good in game or whatever, then I would definitely buy it. Last but certainly not least, we have the Black Clover Tower Boost. Tower Boost is pretty straightforward, but we have a new unit, Yonaoshiman, and he's been. We knew he was coming. We've known he was coming for a while. He had a stage in the files, his like castle or whatever, and we had some speculations about what that might be, and those speculations didn't work out. But he is the new tower unit, which is cool because it means I can get a copy and I don't have to worry about being stuck behind a ridiculously hard stage or a limited gacha or something. I think his sprite looks really good. Like, look at it. But, will they use the Yonaoshiman castle stage as a background for Tower during this season? Because they did before, when it was Kenshin changed the background to Shishio Makoto's hideout, the Mount Hiei hideout stage, and they did the same for the Tenkaichi Budokai when there was like a Dragon Ball event, and you, instead of fighting in the normal tower, you fought at the Tenkaichi Budokai arena. So could they use this stage on this tower boost? Maybe, but the thing is, it's a Black Clover tower boost, so there's also a chance that won't be the case. I don't know, but I'm hoping they do. And then we've got other information. Other information is just banners we found that we don't have all the info on yet. Actually, I think we do have all the info on 1 or 2 of these, but whatever. This gacha, this is a very nice gacha. If you don't have any of these units, all 4 are fantastic. They all come battle ready, so if you're perhaps interested in one of them, go for it. I will say this though, if you're the kind of person that's like, I really want Mario Leona, but I don't have any of those units, so I'll pull on this one instead, don't do that. Don't do that, because she is guaranteed on the other gacha on the 5th multi. You might not want to go to the 5th multi, but she's guaranteed. On this gacha, you could do 5, you could do 10, you could do 100 and never get her. But on that, she's guaranteed on the 5th. You can't spit in the face of a guarantee, I'm sorry. I know it's like a weird way of like looking at things, but they give you a guarantee, just take it, fam. Just take it. Like, rates are pretty good, but still. We also have down here, these 4 units got buffed recently. These are the 4 units that give normal attack damage up on their support, and now they're featured in the gacha, so you can get those characters. These are 4 very good characters. I particularly want Kirie Konami and Eijiro Kirishima on my list of characters that I need to add to my collection. I recently pulled Bulma. She would have been very high up there as well. I already had Tsuyu, but I made sure I got her during the My Hero Academia event. Like, I can't, in good conscience, pull on this gacha because 50% chance against a dupe. I don't want that. However, these are some great units. I really want those 2 at the front. And if you don't have any of these, I mean, none of them are really that bad. But again, gacha like this, you got to be careful. These are really bait gacha. You don't want to mess with the bait gacha too much. And then we have this one. These are 4 great units, but the only one I'm missing is Mirio, so that's definitely a skip. But damn, it's tempting. Again, it's tempting because I really want Mirio. These, again, 4 good units, great supports, great for tower, as it says they are popular tower characters. But again, bait gacha. Be careful about the bait gacha, because it just, if something big comes along, you're not going to have the rubies because you spend it on the bait. And then finally, Deku and Eri return. Very good unit, Deku and Eri. I used them in tower literally every season. They are a permanent fixture in my team. And I mean, they're just straight up incredible. They obviously have a lot of hard counters, but even still, like, sometimes it doesn't even matter. Sometimes it doesn't even, like, unless, obviously there are situations where it becomes a no-win after you come up against one of the hard counters, but sometimes I come up against one of them and I still get away with it, so fuck it. And then we have the new stages. So these are the stages where the files for the stage were added into the game. So we have Cave, and we have the Royal Knight selection venue. I assume Cave is being used for Licht. That's what makes sense to me anyway. And then the Royal Knight selection venue is going to be used for Rill and Kirsch. So again, that's just what makes sense to me. But we have 2 more stages that were added. Now these stages, the files weren't added, but the file indicators in the manifest were added. And it's Cave Blue. And you saw we just got Cave added. It's Cave Blue, and it's Dr. Slump, Penguin Village, Winter. Now, Dr. Slump for Christmas is a nice concept. I appreciate that. And Cave Blue, someone mentioned it to me in a Discord when I mentioned the stage named. Cave Blue coming at the same time as Dr. Slump could be an indication of General Blue from Dragon Ball, yes, but also there was like crossovers between Dragon Ball and Dr. Slump during that arc, so there could be some kind of, I don't know what the word is, but like some kind of event there between those 2. I could totally see that. Doesn't necessarily mean that is the case, but I'm just saying it's possible. And we don't really have any more indicators of what else is coming, so I mean, that's basically the end of the video. That's all the news. Again, link in the description for the full news post. And if you want to get this news early, you got to join the Discord. I always post it early in our Discord, in the Jumputi Discord, and you're also going to want to follow on Twitter, because sometimes I post stuff early on Twitter. And then the website, obviously the website. But the news, that's all of it. That's all of it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.